Okay, let's talk a little bit about our variables and inputting numbers into our variables. So here we have an expression. The only variable we have at this point is what? It's the x. So I'm going to say that my x, somebody told me x equals 2, so I'm going to go with that. So x equals 2. So every place that I see an x here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to substitute that x. I'm going to get rid of the x and put my 2 in. Because, remember, our variables are actors. They are stand-ins for the real numbers. So now I have our real number here. So it's going to take the x's place. So I'm going to just bring down the coefficient of 2 here. And I'm going to substitute what I have for x. I have a 2 for x. So I'm going to get rid of this x and I'm going to put a 2 here. Alright. Then I have a positive 3 plus, bring that down, 3. But I'm going to get rid of that x because I have an x here. What will I do without the x? Well, I'm going to substitute my 2 where the x was is now going to be replaced with the 2 that I input. Alright. I have a positive or plus 4. I have another x here. I'm going to cancel out that x or get rid of it. What will I do in place of the x? Well, here we go. X equals 2. I'm going to replace the x with the 2. So now at this point I need to do some calculations. This was my rewrite, or I did my input of 2. I did my input of 2. At this point I need to multiply. What am I multiplying? This, this, this. I have 3 multiplication problems here. So now let's look at this. Remember, we have that imaginary multiplication symbol here. When I have parentheses and a number butting up right next to those parentheses, that's telling me I need to multiply with the number outside of the parentheses to whatever is inside the parentheses. So at this point, it is 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. This 3 is butting up right on the outside of this parentheses, so that is 3 times 2, which is 6. I have a 4 that's butting up right next to these parentheses, so that is 4 times 2, which is 8. Alright, we can't forget our symbols here that tell us whether we have positive or negatives or addition or subtraction. So I'm going to bring those down. That's a plus and a plus. Are we done yet? Nope, not yet. Now we have to combine like terms. Alright, so in combining like terms, I have 4 plus 6. I know it's a plus because I've signed, so that's 10. Then 10 plus 8 is 18. So my solution is 18. Now, you're not always going to know your solution. The only reason we knew that this original expression is 18 because I told you x equals 2. When we're doing simplification, we're just combining like terms. We're just skipping down to this and combining like terms. We don't know what x is all the time. Sometimes you're just simplifying. In this situation, I told you what x equals, and you had to input or substitute. You took out the x variable and input the 2 in place of the x. X is not always going to be 2. X can be any number. It's an infinite amount of numbers can stand in for your variable. But that's why we have these, because in this situation, we just said today x equals 2. So that's how I solved it.